Hey y'all, Craig here, OldBayCraps, back at the table, ready for session number 10 of DI practice. Here we go. We're going to go from the same spot as we did last night, which is we're going to move our dice furthest out from the side rail, and see if we can improve on last night or not. I did notice a few things. I think I said yesterday I was going to do the parallel to the table. I'm not finding. I was doing a little bit of practice like that this morning, of them parallel, and it wasn't really working for me. I really do think that I need to do it right from the deck. I'm just going to try to be mindful not to scrape my knuckles across the table. But we got the roll tracker for you in case you want to roll along. So I'll have that up and running, and I think we're ready to go. I'm still doing the 5-4-5-4 set. First roll, here we go. And we got a 4-2-6. Here we go. Hard 4. So I don't know if I'm doing it from this far out that I'm actually aiming for here. I think I'm more aiming for here to keep it in a straight line. Heart 10. OldBay bushel. They were uneven. One flew further than the other. One was before the other. It's going to be a 5-1-6. The mixer. Click that like and subscribe for Chris Sideshow Gamble's channel. It's got a lot of great content on there. And that's our 7 out, isn't it? Oh, it's a come out 7, yes! Okay, excuse me. 6 plus 1 is not a dice set. Just 6-1, please. So when we hit the 5-1-6, we hit the point. So that was a come out 7. Let's go. That was a little better, but you can see that the dice were doing two completely different things and just happened to meet up. Down by the wall. Trying to get them to react the way you want is very hard. They looked like they were in slow motion. It's going to be a 1-2-3 OBC. I think that might have had too much energy there. It's going to be a 2-6-8. That was better. It's going to be a double D-Gen, hard 6. I'm just using my hand tonight to pick up the dice for speed's sake. I could use the stick if I needed, but nope, 7 out. That went around the world. Not what I wanted at all. One of the things that I'm having a hard time with right now is pressure on the dice. Because, you know, it's fine here on the table because I'm pressing against the table. But then once you're here, you know, if you go down on an angle, your dice shift, you know, so you got to be very, very delicate on where you place your hand. You'll definitely see that on George from CY. He's very delicate when he puts the dice down, and I have to remember that too. There we go. 2-1-3. Still in the come out. That was a slow dribbler. It's going to be a 4-5-9. 9 will be the point. I like the way they landed. 6-2-8. Another slow dribbler. It's going to be the mixer, 5-1. I will tell you one thing, that's a 4-1-5. When you're concentrating on different parts of your mechanics, you tend to let up on your other parts of your mechanics. And what do I mean by that? It means if I'm concentrating on the grip, that sometimes I'll forget about pushing the dice and I'll start tossing them, which is not what I want to do. I do not want to toss them. I want to push them. And then sometimes when I'm thinking about pushing them, then the dice split in my hand, or I'm holding it too tight. There's a 4-2-6. So down here, we want the dice to hit here, bounce, and then stop. So when they come back, you know, and one comes all the way back here, 2 feet from the back wall, that means it wasn't a great toss. It's not the reaction that we're looking for. There's a hard 4. Now see, I just put them down and I think the corner of the blue die hit the table and I felt the dice shift in my fingers. There's a 5-3-8. And that is too far for my short arms. back-to-back 5/3/8. A little too much. It's going to be a 6/3/9. Four, 2, 6. And I know I say 426 and you're seeing 246. Well, I'm putting the blue die in first for bone tracker purposes, that's all. Four, 1, 5. One, 4, 5, back to back. That red die spun like a bowling ball. It's gonna be a 5/6 yo. So they had no energy. And it's going to be a 6/1/7 out. They had no energy. They didn't even get past the 4 in the field. And they hit the wall to the left. It's another qualified rule though. Let's keep it going. So what I'm trying to do is hit the 2, around the 2, between the 2 and the don't pass bar, to give them time to die, hit the wall, and then stop. That's a 4/6/10. So they split when they hit. It's going to be an OldBay bushel though. Check the tracker. Hard 4. So when they hit the table, they split. It's going to be a hard 8 though. roll tracker will catch up just a second. Six, 1, 7 out. And that was a 4 roller, but we did make a point. That's what I really like about this this particular throw. I've been hitting more points. So to even have a short roll where you actually hit the point, it still makes me money. There's a come out 7. Oops, put too many come out 7s in there. Let's let that one generate while we set up the dice. That's not back-to-back come out 7s. The last one should disappear in just a second. There you go. Come out roll. 6, 2, 8. A dribbler all the way up to the wall. I think only one hit. Hard 4. By the way, a hard 4 is a double pitch. So, not what we're looking for either. There's a 6, 4, 10. And I cannot reach that. I was watching George from CY this morning, and I was just in awe on how he grabs the dice. There's aces. I know that felt very weird to me. Try it again. It's a hard 8. The problem why that's hard for me is because, besides having arthritis, my hands shake a little bit. And we got a double D-gen, hard 6. Six will be the point. Check out our number of rolls in just a minute. There's a mixer. 1, 5. Buckshot. That's 2 points. Try it again. It's going to be a 2, 4, 6. They split on the way down. So they split on the way down the table. It's going to be a 4, 6, 10. Five, 3, 8. Try it again. That didn't work, did it? 2, 5, 7. They didn't even get down the lane. Well, at least it was a qualified roll, though. Alright, we're going to stick to what we've been doing. What I'm doing is I'm grabbing with my middle finger and thumb, but I'm using my index finger and my pinky to close the dice together. Or, I'm sorry, my ring finger. So I'm grabbing them like this, and just to keep them straight, and then move my index and pinky or ring finger up. There's a yo, mid-mo yo. 5, 6. Check out Chiro's channel, mid-mo yo. Tons of great video and content there to watch. Give it a like and subscribe. That was almost a 5, 4, 9, but it ended up an OldBay bushel. Hard 10. Two, 3, 5. So by the end of this session, since this is the 10th session, I should have 1,000 rolls under my belt with this new toss. So I hope to have about 1,500 to 1,750 rolls, possibly 2,000 by the time we all get back on the show again. It's going to be a 1, 5, 6 mixer. No, put them down. Corner of the blue die hit. Started shifting the dice. It's going to be a hard 4. The blue die, I'm glad it hit it. If the blue die hadn't hit it, it was spinning like a dreidel. And I bet you, more often than not, anytime you have a dreidel spinning die, it always gives whatever a 7. It always helps to get big red. Hate that. So the blue die saved that spin. So when the red die hit the table, it just stopped. But it's going to be a 6, 2, 8. There's a 4, 1, 5. Two, 6, 8. So they came back a little bit far from the wall. I want to get them a lot closer. That red one tumbled the way I wanted it to. It's going to be a 549 and I cannot reach that because I have alligator arms. Hit the table, felt the dice split. A little too much energy, I knew that. It's going to be a 549. Back-to-back nines. They split pretty good. It's going to be a 426. We've also passed 50 rolls, so we're halfway. Five, 3, 8. And just taking a look at the roll tracker. So we've actually been hitting all the box numbers. I like that. That one felt more like a toss than a push, meaning a toss upward. It's going to be a 5-1 mixer. I don't even know what the point is. What's the point? Oh, the point is 10. Sorry, the tracker is so small on the screen that I'm looking at. When I'm recording, the screen's about half the size of the one that you normally see if you just watch the standard YouTube screen. So they took 3 bounces. And it's going to be a 7 out. That was another qualified roll though. That's what we're looking for. We're getting more consistency out of the dice, which is nice. Come out. It's a come out 7. 1, 6. Front line winner. I think, was it yesterday we were throwing a lot of come out 7s. So the red die died. It's another come out 7. 3, 4. So I'm not having enough energy. Again, not enough energy. They actually landed right around where, you can't see it, but imagine where the don't pass and the pass line meet. That's where they landed. 2, 1, 3. Still to come out. If I had a world bet, I'd have pressed it on the come out 7 and then pressed it again on the other come out 7 because it's a push, and then it would have just paid off. Got a 3, 6, 9. So what I'm noticing so far is sometimes they'll travel nicely together and they'll hit the wall the way we want. Other times they'll still travel nicely down, but then they split, but they stay within a couple of inches of the wall. That's still important. So again, the red dye died and hit the side of the wall. Now, if you're at the casino, those would have hit a stack of the chips, not of players, but the bank. All right, that's our first PSO. Yeah, short roll. I mean, I still would have made money on a world bet, but that was our first PSO. And I know part of it is my grip. So that's going to be called a 5-1 mixer. But those dice landed. They almost landed in the cum area. That's how far back I was. That is not where I want. Now when those hit, they immediately jump to the right. So they probably landed on an edge or a corner. It's going to be an OldBay bushel though. That was an OldBay bushel. Four, 6, 10. Can we flip the 10? Because right now it'd be at $100, and we would have collected on 100 so far. Here's a 2-1-3. Turn our bets off. Way to roll. They split on the way down. It's going to be a 1-4-5. Now, again, I will let you know, my table, and that's a 2-1-3. My table, the boards that are underneath of it are two separate pieces. So right in the middle of the cum area on both sides, it kind of bubbles up. So anything hitting this general area is going to affect the dice in a way that I don't want. Now you don't normally have that at the casino, because underneath the layment is just a flat piece. It's not in sections. I just don't have that luxury. That's why I'm trying to aim for around here, because it's flat here. It's going to be a 6-2-8. And I think we're in the 60s right now. So we have about 1/3 of rolls to go. They bounced up high. There's going to be an OldBay bushel. But I think they hit, and they actually hit up here. All All right, so now we just won $200 from a $100 bet on the 10, and we just dropped 50 to take it to 350. You got to pay an 18 vig on that. And if we're able to hit another 10, that means we flipped it. Oh, that was close. That's a 549. But if you're able to flip it, that means you win 700 on your 350 minus the vig. And then you can take it down to, let's see, you can bring over $1,000 back to your rack. How sweet is that? And it all started with a $35 bet. It's going to be a 235. Not going to happen. Can't flip it. 347. However, that was 10 rolls. Another qualified shooter. So that means in 7 shooters, or is that 8 shooters? 7 shooters? Yep, that means in 7 shooters we've had 5 qualified or quality rolls. Quality shooters, excuse me. 5 quality shooters in 7 shooters. That's great. This is the come out roll. 358. Again, alligator arms. Ugh. Can't reach. Let's see how many rolls we're up to. All right, we have about a quarter left of rolls. But I want to tell you one thing. This is session 10. We're almost at 75 rolls. And my arm does not hurt. It is now used to the toss. 516. So now I no longer have shoulder pain at this point, like I did during the first few sessions. One, two, three, OBC. Felt them split. Got a 156 mixer. Let's try that grip again from you see a lot of people do. I will tell you now, with that grip, it's making my thumb and my middle finger go down further on the dice. And they're actually staying together a little bit better. Let's try that again. Yeah, that didn't happen. It's going to be a 325. But the concept is there of getting my fingers a little bit deeper. Maybe that'll help keep the dice together. Well, they went down together and they bounced back together, but they wound up being a 4-3-7, ruined a perfectly good roll. Because we were on the precipice of, I think, 3 more rolls and we would have had a qualified roll. Or 2 rolls. Alright. Next. And we didn't even hit any points on that one, right? But we did kill the 6s. So if you're going to have a short roll of 7 rolls and you throw 3 6s, good for you. That was too high. It's going to be a 5-1-6. Lucked out with that one. They were coming in hot too. They came in about this high. Just to show you the distance. You know. Alright, 6 is going to be the point. Felt my, we lucked out with that one. It's going to be a 6-2-8, but I felt my ring finger push the blue die. Two, 1, 3. The number 1 horn that's thrown with my toss. So if you're doing it all day, horn high ace deuce. I'll hit it for you. That was a lot of bounce. It's gonna be a 5-6 yo. Yo yo yo. There's aces. That's all the horns, except for midnight. Whoa, that came in super hot. Too tall to call. I have not thrown the dice off the table in maybe over a week with recording every day. That's a no roll. Wow. I was trying to do the grip down like that, and but like I said, when you concentrate on one thing and you lose focus on another thing, you'll have an errant toss. There's a 6-4-10. Two, 3, 5. So the blue die stopped because the dice split. 3-1. 3-1-4. That's the small. Hey, hit the small. dice went off to the left again. It's my ring finger. It pushed the blue die. All right, we did hit the small. Cool. Now we just need midnight. Unfortunately, you can't lay midnight unless they lay you. I don't know if you can lay a. I guess you can lay numbers in crapless. You just can't do DP and stuff. I'm holding onto the dice too tight. Five-one mixer. Run another qualified roll again. Feels good. Four, five, nine. Whoops, something happened there. There we go. We'll pop on the tracker in just a minute. Give it a few seconds. Six, five, yo. Take a sip of the water. We need the stick. Can't reach that far. And that, folks, is the mother all. That's a midnight right there. We just hit the all. How exciting is that? Light it up. There you go. There's the all. Those traveled nicely. It's going to be aces on the come out. Or are we on the come out? No, nine's a point. Now we're just hitting repeaters, I guess. So we've hit the small and we hit the all. Pretty cool. There's a mixer. And this is already a qualified roll, so did we really do that? Whoa, 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 whoa. That was roll 15 of this shooter. So take 2 rolls away, and that puts us at midnight. We hit the all on the 13th roll. Are you kidding me? We hit the all in 13 rolls. The only time I've seen something like that in less rolls, I believe Chris Sideshow Gamble hit the all in 12 rolls on his channel, throwing a mixture of his dice, the 5-1 mixer, with Chiro's 6-5 yo. It was called the Yo Mixer dice set. There's a mixer right there. 1-5 back to back. Wow. Hit the all in 13 rolls. Wow. I've hit the all before, but it took me 30 rolls. There's a 4-3-7 out because I'm jibber jabbering, not concentrating. That was a qualified roll though. What roll are we on? We're on, that was roll 95. We have 5 more rolls. Got a heart 8. 8 will be the point. I don't believe I'm capable of hitting the tall in 5 rolls. Just saying. And they went off to the left. Well, that's a PSO if I ever saw one. 5-2. Maybe we can end on the 100th roll again. I don't know. That blue die keeps wanting to jet to the left. It's going to be a 2-1-3. It's a come out roll. Wow, that was a come out 7. 6-1. We're just going to end the night in come out rolls. Sounds like a breakfast pastry. Yeah, I'll have the cinnamon come out roll. 6-3-9. Once again, I can't reach. That was roll 100. So this is the last shooter. And it ends with a PSO. 167. I don't care because we hit the all in 13 rolls. And for the night, we had 6 qualified shooters out of 11. 6. Yesterday we had 5 out of 11. Tonight we had 6 out of 11. All right, let's go to the camera here. Pardon for the Nope, let's bring it over here. Come on. Nope, that's the bottom of my head. There we go. All right. Sorry about that. All right, that is session number 10. We have put in 10 throwing sessions since last Tuesday when we had the show where I learned a very new toss, an underhand toss for the first time. That means we've now put in 1,000 plus rolls with this hand using a 5-4-5-4 dice set. I'm going to continue with the 5-4-5-4 until the next show. We actually probably going to do one more session from from that far out from our side one more time, and then we're going to do 3 nights of right close to the chip rail, as close as we can get to the chip rail, because I want to give it its due. So one more night of this, and then that'll be 3 straight nights of furthest away from our hip. And then we'll do 3 nights of right next to the chip rail. And then we'll do 3 nights as close as we can get to the stick person. But thanks for joining me. I want to thank Gargoyle, Ed, Jeff, Chris, Sideshow Gamble. I love you all. Thank you for giving me the time, the effort, and making me a better craps player. All right. So when you're at your tables, season your play. We are!